Hello all. Today I will explain how to create a database in using CANoe software. Okay. So to create a database using CANoe, you need to open any CANoe configuration. It can be an empty configuration or a dummy configuration or your existing configuration. And go to the tools section in CANoe tool, and you will find an option called CANdb plus editor. So, so using this, you can actually create a CAN. Not only CAN, but you can create different type of network databases. Okay, let's click on CANdb plus editor. Okay, so once you click on it, you will get an editor for creating a database. So to create a database, go to the file, create database, and you will get templates for creating a database for different networks. So in today I will show you how to create a CAN database using this CAN template.tpc. You can also select the other templates based on the databases which you wanted to create. Um, let's select the CAN template and then create one for our use case. So let me create a database CAN demo network database. Okay. So now I created this. So you can see by default the name of the network will be the whatever name we gave while saving this database. Okay, CAN demo network. And under this you will find all these categories like ECUs, environment variable, network node, messages and signals. But for us, the most interesting part is network nodes, messages and signals. This is where we actually define our ECU names, and that whatever message belong to that message ECUs, network nodes, and the signals which belong to the particular message which we created. Okay, so let's try to create one ECU node. I want to name it as engine. Okay, so let's create a network node engine. So nodes are nothing but our ECUs. Okay, and create a message for that, and let me name the message as engine engine warnings. Okay, so this is how you will create a message. By right clicking on messages, you will get option for creating a new message. Once you click on that, you will get a pop-up for filling the data relevant to the message. So first you need to enter the name of the message which you wanted to create, and then you need to select the type of the message. So here we have both the CAN standard and extended message. Let's try to create only the standard one, and let us give the message ID, CAN message ID and DLC. I am leaving the DLC as 8. Okay, and right now we don't have the option to select the transmitter, TX method and cycle time, because these are disabled since this database is still incomplete. Okay, click OK, then the message is here, and create a signal for that message. um, Engine warning, maybe I can create a engine warning signal like engine oil low. Okay, and you need to also specify the length of the signal which you are trying to create, and byte order. So we have two types of order, Intel byte order and Motorola byte order, and for the demo purpose I am selecting the Intel byte order. So the byte order actually depends on the way how the message uh, data is structured in a message. Okay, so when the signal is getting interpreted, either the Motorola way or Intel way, we need to specify it. Otherwise, the bits and bytes will be uh, changed. Okay. Um, and we have also options for factoring the signal and offsetting the signal. So when you give a factor here, it will be multiplied by the raw signal value. Okay, when before it is displayed. And if you put an offset value, whether the signal value will be either subtracted or multiplied, subtracted or added to the offset. Okay, so right now I'm leaving the default values. So I don't want to set any offset and give a factor. uh, the value types you can also specify whether the value which you are trying to send or receive is whether it is a signed value, unsigned value, float or double. Okay, let's make this unsigned because we have only 0 and 1. And you can also specify the minimum and maximum value. In our case either 0 or 1. Okay, and so you will also have the option for calculating the min and maximum value based on the size of the length of the signal. Okay, if I change it to 2, then if you do the calculation, the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 3. Okay, let's change it back to 1 so that it will be 0 and 1. And you will also have an option to select the value table for the signal values. Okay, right now I didn't created any value table, that's why it is not showing any value tables here. uh, let's try to create this signal and then create a value table for those values, for the signal values. So to create a value table you need to go to view, value tables, new value table, engine, name the value table. Okay, engine oil warning, and give the description for the values. Maybe 0 is okay. Okay, and oil log. Click OK. This value table is created now. Save the database. Go to the signal again. Edit the signal to get the value table name. Okay. Now this value table is available. Um, Let us add this database to create a database to the demo configuration. So to add the database to the configuration, go to the simulation setup, database, under the your network, go to databases, add database, and then you can select the database which you wanted to select. Okay, let's select the database which we just created now. Okay, now you can see the database is added here, and go and insert in IG block in your simulation setup and add the frame which you just okay, we forgot one more thing. We also uh, need to map the signals and messages as well as with the networks. Okay, so right now we created a signal and message and network node individually, but we need to map them so that they were uh, mm, binded together. Okay, so let's go to edit signal, messages, add the message which the signal belongs to. Okay, now this is added. Click OK, or okay, and go to the network, edit node, engine node, and then you can add the message which you wanted to transmit. Okay, save this so that sorry, and if you expand the engine network node, now you will find the TX message engine warning, and under that the map TX signal. Okay, now go back to the configuration, can IG block and add the frame so that it displays everything in a structured way. So networks, expand networks, then you will find engine. What this is the node which we created just now. And if you expand the TX frames, this is what we added as a TX message to the engine node. Okay, click OK, then you will find the message which we tried to transmit here. Okay, let's go back to analysis, open trace window so that we can see uh, if we are transmitting this message in live. Let's try to make this periodic every 100 millisecond. I wanted to maybe 50 millisecond. I wanted to transmit this message. Save, run, start the message. Now you can see the message is displayed here. Okay, so if the ID is described in a CAN database, then only all this info will be displayed here. Like in the column name, you are seeing engine warning because we created this message in database, and then this database is attached in this network and also mapped that particular message to this CAN ID. Let's see a message. We will try to transmit a message which is not part of a database, and we'll see the difference between the message which is described in database and the message which is not described in database. Okay, let's send a ID 500 once. Okay, now you can see 500 is displayed here without any description. Okay, there is no name for this message ID, CAN ID, and uh, what is the content inside that message is also not available. Okay, but if you see the message which is described in database, you will have the option to expand and see what is the content inside it. Okay, let's try to change the signal value of engine oil low signal. If we change it, then you can see here it is also showing the description of the signal value. Okay, so 1 is low warning, 0 is okay. Okay, so this is how we can create a database and add ECU, network node, messages, signals, and value tables inside a database. Um, yeah, I think that's it in this video. Maybe based on your comments, I can add more about databases. There are many options which we haven't explored in database, um, like how to use attribute definitions, communication matrix, and what are the different options available. And there is something called let me see it multiplexer. So there is an option to multiplex the signals in a message. Okay, so based on your comments, maybe I can add those videos. If you are interested, please comment below. Thank you. Bye.